In the last couple Kaiju Explained episodes, I've covered all 3 different versions of Mechagodzilla. Well, there's one mecha that just doesn't get enough love, and that's Mechani-Kong. This is one Kaiju robot that I really wish would have been used in more films. We had already seen a giant robot in a Toho film with Mogera appearing in Mysterians back in 1957. However, it should be noted that Mechani-Kong preceded even the Showa era's Mechagodzilla. It is even thought that the idea for Mechagodzilla came from Mechani-Kong. You'll see once we get to his origin that Mechani-Kong was not built to be an offensive weapon like many of the other Kaiju robots from the Toho universe. Knowing that, it would have been really cool to see him make a return in a later film in a more weaponized form. Built as a metallic King Kong doppelganger, he went by names of Robot Kong, King Kong Robot, and even Kong of Steel. His overall shape is that of the Toho version of Kong, but being a robot version, the similarities pretty much stop there. He comes in weighing at 15,000 metric tons and stands at over 20 meters tall, or just over 65 feet. Based on drawings by Carl Nelson from King Kong Escapes, Mechani-Kong's simply a mechanical version of the Toho-styled King Kong. The metal kaiju wasn't built by Carl Nelson, however, it was built by the villain of the film, Doctor Who. And no, we're not talking about the time-traveling doctor. Unfortunately, this kaiju was not built in order to confront humans or other kaiju. Because of this, Mechani-Kong is not exactly an offensive or defensive powerhouse. Instead, he was created to mine the element X from Madame Piranha. Let's take a look at a few powers and weapons that he does possess. The first of which is a hypnotic light that is mounted on the top of his head. This is even used in parts of the film in order to try to place King Kong into a trance. Along with the hypnotic light, Mechani-Kong is also equipped with extremely bright lights in his eyes, which can be used in order to blind an opponent. The robot is also very powerful and able to hold his own in a melee fight with King Kong. Next up, Mechani-Kong is equipped with a belt full of grenades, which could be hurled at enemies or used to break through the ice. Lastly, the robot also has speakers placed in his mouth in order for the doctor to talk through. It really is too bad that we never saw a Mechani-Kong version that was built in order to fight with other kaiju. Just imagine if this Robot Kong had some of the arsenal that we see on the different versions of Mechagodzilla. And speaking of Mechagodzilla, just imagine how awesome it would have been to see Mechani-Kong face off against one of the versions of Mecha-G. We almost got to see a Heisei movie in which Godzilla would face off against Mechani-Kong, but the project was shelved as Toho would have to pay to use King Kong's likeness. It really is too bad, as it was noted that Koichi Kawakita, the special effects director for many of the Heisei films, was a big fan of Mechani-Kong. Later on, we do get to see a few kaiju that pay homage to Mechani-Kong, such as Bulgario from the Phantom Star God Just Arisers, as well as the Robo Yeti in the TriStar animated Godzilla the series. So what do you guys think of Mechani-Kong? Personally, I love the idea. It's always been fun in various Godzilla forms to apply mecha to the various Godzilla kaiju in order to discuss what a robot version of each monster would be like. It really is too bad that, most likely due to rights issues, we never got to see any more appearances of Robot Kong. Would you guys have liked to have seen a Heisei version of Mechani-Kong? Do you agree that a Mechagodzilla Robot Kong fight would have been amazing? I'd love to hear your questions and comments down below. If you liked the episode, if you could leave a like, it helps out the channel so much, and if you haven't subscribed yet, why not subscribe for all the future Godzilla goodness to come? Thanks again for watching, take care, and I hope to see you next time.